Who doesn't love a comeback story? The crowd thinks you've lost. The competitor is already celebrating, but despite all odds, you rise up to the occasion and shut everyone up. Well, in this video, we're going to show you just that. Here are the greatest comebacks in darts history. Rob Cross versus Chris Dolby. This one is the most recent and arguably one of the best comebacks in the history of darts. Picture this, former world number 2, Rob Cross, trying to reclaim the highest ranks, comes across Chris Dolby, the 2023 Masters champion. This was the quarterfinals and the loser was going home. This was a real make it or break it moment. The game had a bad start for Rob Voltage Cross, as set after set, he was falling behind. Things got so bad that Rob was behind 4-0 at one point, and with just one more set, he would have been whitewashed. Even Chris thought that he had it in the bag until he missed the double 11 to secure the game.
Took out 161. Oh, this time it's double 11!
120!
Not only he would have been eliminated from the event, he would have gone home with an embarrassing score of 5-0. And Rob didn't want that to happen. And just like that, he began his perfect comeback story.
Sense to give Dolby those chances, but he got away with it.
And he's got a set. 4 sets to 0, now 4 sets to 2. And Rob Cross has the...
Isn't perfect on this visit.
Fantastic drama. No finish. So is this the moment? Is this the biggest moment in Chris Dolby?
To keep this thing going. His usual approach, a perfect single 18 to leave that double 16. No problem whatsoever. Rob Cross is still alive.
Rob Cross now throwing to make it 4 sets apiece. Unbelievable! What a at any stage in this match. Is he about to?
Wow. His first!
From 4-0 to 4-1, the climb slowly started. And with one set to another, the score only kept increasing. Needless to say, the crowd loved every moment of it. And with every set that Rob won, the crowd only got louder. It soon reached 4-4, and it was anyone's game right now. Even the legs came down to 3-4 in favour of Rob. And just like that, Rob did the impossible.
Rob Cross's wife, Georgia. For the match. Cross wins one of the greatest games you will ever see.
Fireworks erupted, the crowd exploded. Rob Cross had done it. He finally did it. He came back from an impossible to win situation, and he won. Now, that is cinema. But you know what is better? A match that the players remember as their best match ever, even after decades. Phil Taylor versus Raymond van Barneveld. A comeback match is great, but it is even better when you do that against the world number 1. And even more better when you do that to win the World Championship. Now that may sound like a fever dream, but for our boy Barney, that's what he did in 2007. It's the 1st of January, and the world of darts is celebrating the clash of 2 greats, the world number and the underdog. Needless to say, a large number of people were rooting for Phil Taylor to bring it home after all. He had been the ranked 1 player for a while now. However, he was facing Raymond van Barneveld, a player you can't take lightly. The stage is set, and being the legend he is, Phil Taylor gains an early lead. The score is 1-0 in favour of Phil, and he quickly makes it 2-0. Things are not looking for Barney, and just like that, Phil takes one more set to his name. Even the crowd realised that the power Phil Taylor might just be taking the crown for the 4th time in a row. But that wasn't going to fly with Raymond. You see, he had just lost in the final of the 2006 BDO Championship to Jelle Klaasen, and another loss in the final. He couldn't let the history repeat itself. That's when he started winning sets, although it wasn't easy, as Phil Taylor is no joke. The score was still 5-3 in favour of the power Phil Taylor, but Raymond had found his rhythm by then and there was no stopping him. 5-4, 5-5, and then 5-6 in favour of Raymond. Slowly, Raymond was able to take the lead as we won 3 consecutive sets. There was just one more set standing between him and victory. But that's when Phil Taylor took another set with this risky double 16.
We require 52.
52 then for Taylor. Double 16 for the 12th set and to take us into the deciding set. He knows he'll be back even if he misses. He doesn't miss. That's 6 sets all. And into the 13th and final set. We shall go soon.
The score is 6-6, and the crowd is pumped. Both of the stars needed one more set to go home with the championship, and neither of them wanted to back down. Phil wanted to win to get his 4th consecutive victory, while Raymond wanted to redeem himself and get himself a grand entry into the PDC. The last set was the trickiest. The score was 6-6, and even the legs were 5-5, as both of them were showing their best. It all came down to a sudden death, and Phil Taylor started it with a perfect 180
of an absolute classic.
Thank you.
That's inviting 2 more to join it, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
and Barney followed it with a perfect score of his own.
10-20. Barney's 21st.
But both of them missed in their following turns, and the suspense was felt by the crowd. You know you have a great game when even a rowdy crowd goes silent, and that's exactly what happened.
148, and we have to say for his 14th world title.
Looks at the 60. For Raymond van Barneveld, 4 times BDO champion.
Unfortunately, Phil missed his darts, and it was all down to Barney now, who needed a double 20 to take it all home. The guy who was down 0-3 was going to take it home, and guess what? He did.
Tops he wants. And he gets it! Barneveld is the champion of the world!
He goes over Bristol's 5 title records! What a player!
What a player! What a comeback! What a match!
This became one of the highlights of the darts world. And even after 17 years, people still consider this 2007 championship match as one of the best, if not the greatest matches of all time. All because this 40-year-old man didn't know how to quit. Speaking of not knowing to quit, what would you do when you're down 8-0? James Wade versus Scott Waits. The Grand Slam of darts is a special event when the best players of both BDO and PDC come face to face to showcase their talents. And the Grand Slam of 2010 is especially one of the most iconic finals when James Wade faced Scott Waits. You see, from the very first set, James Wade was playing incredibly well. He is called the Machine. And to justify his name, James reached a dramatic lead of 8-0. That is an astounding lead, and people thought that there was no way Scott could make a comeback from such a massive trail. In the Grand Slam of darts, the final is played for the best of 31 sets, and needless to say, with a trail of 8-0, the victory seemed impossible for Scotty Too Hotty. But he didn't come here to lose. Just a year earlier, in 2009, Scott was able to make his way to the finals of the Grand Slam as well. But he had a rather disappointing loss against Phil Taylor, where he lost 16-2. And with a trail of 8-0, it seemed as if he was going to lose again, only with an even worse score this time. He couldn't afford that, and that's when things started to change. Waite started to get his shots landed, and for some reason, James Wade started to miss his. And of course, Scott Waits would punish him for that. He quickly started to gain sets and the score started to change. From 8-0 to 9-3, Scott was gaining traction. And just like that, he reached the tally of 9-6, still in favour of James Wade, but he wasn't done yet. With his newfound groove, Scott Waits' whole aura changed, and just like that, the score of 11-11. Scott did the impossible. He came back from a trail of 8-0 and made the game even at 11 sets each. But the work wasn't done just yet. There were 5 more sets to win before he could take the crown, and Scott wasn't letting that go. It was as if James Wade lost his element, because Scotty wasn't letting him win any set, and just like that, he reached a score of 15-12. He had done it. He actually came back into the game from a losing position and was just about to win it all. That's when this happened.
To complete one of the most amazing victories, Waits needs double 8 to win the Grand Slam of darts in the most amazing final. Scott Waits is crowned the Grand Slam champion. James Wade throws it away from 8.
He had done it. Scott Waits came back from 8-0 and won the game. Now, if that is not the greatest comeback in darts history, what is? This is it for today's video. We hope that you liked it. Click on the video on your screen to get more amazing darts content. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.